Hello everybody, welcome to another video here on the channel. We're going to do a Royal Hunt walkthrough and just walk through for it because, and I know people just right off the bat want to know what the options are. Well, okay, there they are. For the people that just want to come into the video, get the info and go. Act 6.4.5, use Shuri Vs Namor, but forewarning, it might be bugged. This is why we're going to do a walkthrough, because we need to test out whether or not Kabam have nerfed the thing that we used as a bit of an exploit last week and the week before that. So we're going to test that out in a video, and I'm going to be the guinea pig for it, for those that want to find out if it works or doesn't. Or go, it's not or, it's and, go into Act 6.4.6 for Venom versus Carnage, and there's a bit more to it. So those are for those people that just want to go out and just grab the info and go, fine, you know, no sweat. But for those that want to find out a little bit more information as to like what are some of the best team options, why should you consider something, what's a good counter for something that you might need to consider. Also, this is benefit for those that are a little bit lower in progression. If you don't have all the champions, you might be ranking up 5-star versions because you may not have a 6-star version or a 7-star version. So make sure if you've got any Ascension material, it might be kind of helpful to make one 5-star the most strongest it could be. So you might be looking at your 5 stars and going, right, well, which ones can I beef up? Like, I need to beef up a Shuri and I need to beef up a Venom in order for them to be of a decent type of range in order to, you know, easily defeat. It's a very straightforward quest, right? I'm not trying to overcomplicate this, but what I'm saying is expect the unexpected, and there are a few things across the way that you might go to yourself, well, I didn't anticipate that. You know, there's a Mephisto on the path, there's a poison potential champion that you might not think is. So anyway, let's get into the video. Let's first of all test out, have Kabam nerfed the objective easy exploity thing? And we're going to do that by going into Act 6.4.6 because we still have, at the point of recording this video, the issue with Shuri and Namor, but I'll be testing that out in a minute. So Act 6.4.6, let's go. So now we're in Act 6.4.6. I've got this white Magneto kind of bolster even, to assist me in getting some passive parries. Tenacity is something that, when inflicted with a debuff, defender has a 75% chance to purify it, meaning that when you get a parry on, it'll likely mean that it's gone, just like that, or it's, you know, completely non-existent. So I like my parry, so let's do that. Hashtag Metal Champions and hashtag Hero Champions will benefit from it. I get the opportunity for 6 fights, so I can use my my pre-fights with these Magnetos here. They've got 2 of them for 3 fights. I don't need the one against Carnage because, well, Venom's a villain, so he won't benefit from it. It's only heroes and metal champions. Anyway, enough talk. Let's get into the path, which is the opportunistic. And of course, I'm going to break in my Dr. Doom. I could have changed my team in a different kind of way, but I actually quite like the setup of this. So first of all, we do the guidance boost, which hopefully, when we go into fight, he says this because it's obviously a hashtag metal champion. We're going to see when we put a parry down. There we go. So we get that right off the bat. Now this, of course, for me, it's overkill because I'm using a 6-star versus, well, you know, a not very powerful 6-star. This is kind of like a weak sourcing and kind of comparison type of version. You can see there the shock that went, but the passive parry, it's staying. So that's a little bit of a trick for anybody that's kind of thinking, right, what team is the best to kind of get myself further down? And yes, there's going to be people that are going, well, I've got 6 stars and they're absolutely destroying things. Yeah, fair play, you know, good on you. But there will be people out there that are maybe new to Thronebreaker, looking for options, looking for little cheese options and fun stuff. And guess what? This is indeed that particular option to bypass Tenacity. And of course, everything works great. You know, you can start using your Wiccan in places. It can be quite helpful, but do bear, you know, it's the shocks and the actual kind of damaging debuffs, they will kind of like not be there. So you getting that passive incinerate's always helpful with it. I've burnt my first Magneto's worth, and that's why we've got the second in order to help myself out further down the line. Let's just get up to Carnage and test out whether or not Kabam have nerfed that little easy way of doing things as we had before. My favourite option for Annihilus is Dr. Doom. I can't stand Annihilus. It's one of these champions that's like always my pet peeve. Like, I just do not like the champion at all. You can also use a full synergy team behind the lead champion and just kind of do that. I'm not saying that this has to be your kind of go-to option, But a lot of the time, you've got to think outside the box when it comes to, like, I don't know, being a bit cheeky and going, well, that champion can work for this can work for that, blah, blah, blah. Definitely would recommend Doctor Doom against Vision Arcus, and mainly as he's just a bit frustrating, as that power gain can be very nasty at times. Getting that SP1 on rotation on lock is normally the best. You need to suppress that power gain as much as possible. It's kind of a go-to, really. It's kind of a go-to. I'm going to try and build up to an SP3 before I get absolutely obliterated. I probably am going to get obliterated, so I'm just going to throw an SP2 now and it's done. So this time around, we're proving a point about the objective, like the full solo objective issue, and whether or not Kabam have indeed resolved it. So at this moment in time, I've got none of my passive parries. But what I am going to see right now is if I whittle down the health, because that was the theory, if we whittle down the health of one of the champions, then we then finish it off with the mentioned champion, then we can then see if it works. And if it doesn't, then I've got to repeat this all over again. Sad times. But as I said, I'm quite happy to test stuff out to see if it works or doesn't work. Whether we got vibes, not so vibes. I'm going to stop there. I don't need to do any further. I don't know what kind of point I'm proving with, like, going without Venom, but I obviously need to use Venom in this particular regard to see if it works. And I've already got a rank 5 6-star version of Venom, so it's not really like too much of an issue to kind of do the one shot with it. And maybe I should have done it, but this is all about testing stuff out. There we go, it's done. Do I have to repeat the quest again? As I said, I don't care. Oh look, I've done it. So the theory still is Kabam said they were going to nerf it. They did not. So we move on to the next one. Okay, I'm going in next. Of course, I'm going in hot with the team that I've got right now. Lady Deathstrike to take on Mr. Sinister. Shuri, of course, for the fight. I've put a Synergy Champion in, so we've got more on the start the fight with 10 indefinite precision passives. Nice little starter, helps me out on the way. We've got Human Torch in for Mephisto, and we've got Hulk in because he's a poison immune champion. You're going to find out why that's important in a minute. Let's go. First of all, take yourself on the Doctor Strange path. Go and defeat Doctor Strange. As soon as the enemy champion builds a bar of power, you get a bar of power. Everyone gets a bar of power. Luckily, Hulk smash. So that's helpful, isn't it? Because if Hulk did not smash, then we'd have problems. Luckily, Hulk smash. Depending on the team that you choose and the champions you take in, there may be of benefit to have champions that are able to do damaging debuffs, which of course, Lady Deathstrike does have damaging debuffs. And that means that things are a bit better when it comes to rotations of matters. Because if you're getting access to an SP1 sparingly, as of course builder power, you get a bit of power. You can at least, just focus on the damaging debuffs. Of course, if there's any kind of class advantage, that makes it better. And yeah, love this champion. The poison immune option is where things come in here. Now, whether or not in the left-hand corner we're going to see immune pop up, but nowadays when it comes to fighting off against Scarlet Witch and things like Rhino, 9 times out of 10 you'll find that you're getting hit by something. I knew I got hit then, quite strangely enough, but I'm looking out to see immunity, to see like whether or not it was actually worth bringing in Hulk for this. No, not yet. No, I didn't see it. Sometimes you will see that. You'll see like immune or something. And you're like, I'm glad I brought in a poison immune option. So that's the wary thing. Bring an incinerate or incinerate immune option, or just something that's able to counter the likes of Mephisto just easily. That's always helpful, isn't it? Just watch out for special attacks and stuff like that, and punishing after specials, because I found in some cases I'm just getting snapped and just slapped. There, see there, like you just got to be so careful when you kind of decide to punish, because it's like it's not always clean cut to go in. It's not always clean cut to go in. I'm gonna try there, just slow. So yeah. Anyway. And if all else fails against Mr. Sinister, use Lady Deathstrike. She is very, very... Be careful with going up against Mr. Sinister. You've got to be very, very careful. I'm just too ballsy at times with that. I need to just calm down. I just want to get to the fight, damn it. I might have used in that particular fight, and maybe advise is better, is to use a Mega Sentinel if you have it for that particular one. Maybe put a Mega Sentinel on your team instead of Lady Deathstrike just for that particular fight. And let's finish off Namor and find out, is it bugged? The $1 million question, at the point we finish off this video. Is it bugged? No, it's not. It's been fixed. Okay, that's great. That's been it for the walkthrough. As I said, look out for the fact that those particular champion acquisition, or those champions to use against this particular fight, a poison immune champion is recommended. A tech champion that's able to, and as I said, Mega Sentinel might be a better option for that particular fight. There's poison immune option for Mr. Sinister, incinerate immune against that Mephisto fight. Those have been a little bit of easy, cheaty type things to kind of go through it. Thanks very much for watching this video. Check out some other content which will be located on screen, and have a lovely evening, lovely day, and see you soon. Bye.